Back to Facebook Live here in sumptuous, beautiful Cyprus, and it is the rough stuff. It's round 7 of the championship. We were live earlier on this morning. The safety cars are just coming through here. We're at the end of the long one. It's stage number 5. That's the 00 car that's just come through. So we were live a little earlier on, just before the service break. Nasser Al-Attiyah is romping out in front at the moment, leading the rally. 0 car, look at this. You got to love the sound of the Subaru Boxers. The engine just sounds so great. But yeah, we're live on Facebook this afternoon. Back here, we're also live on ERC Radio, just wrapping up at stage number 4 at the moment. But we're waiting now, the end of the long one of the day. This beast of a stage. But this weekend here in Cyprus, it's unique. It's not a gravel rally. The cars are set up for gravel. Looking at the start list, this stage here, this is the itinerary. This stage number 5, 77% of it is run on gravel, which is this stuff here. And then the rest of it, 23% of it, is just over here on tarmac. And the end of the stage basically just comes out of the forest, right here on the loose stuff, and then on to the tarmac for the road section, where we're heading after this. Next, we're off to Nicosia. After this, we're off to Nicosia to the unique street stage number 6, to wrap up the day today. But this is actually the big, long, tough stage of the day. It's loose, rough, and very, very abrasive, but it's a lot cooler than it was earlier on. When we were live at the end of stage number 3 before the service break, it was so hot, and we weren't too far from the service park there. We were on farmland, and it was dusty, it was hot, it's very, very Cypriot. But here, now we're up in the hills, and it's kind of beautiful. The previous stage, I don't know whether Chris can swing round and what shots we're on, right in the sun. It doesn't really work for Chris the cameraman, but where the 00 truck is parked up there, there's like a golf ball thing on top of the hill. See that radar station? I'm not sure whether you can zoom into that or whether it works, but that golf ball radar station right up on top of the hill up there, that is exactly where the stop line is of stage number 4, which is running at the moment. The local Cypriot drivers are running through that at the moment, so I hope that worked. I can see the camera lens zooming in as much as possible there. But as we say, we're ready to go. We're here. We're at the end of this stop line. Everyone's all set up, and it's loose, it's dusty, and you know, there's a lot of gravel around on the latter part of this stage, underneath these pine trees. We've got just up the road, probably about 1 kilometre just above us, we've got the fire engines set up, because forest fires are risk. It's still very, very tinder dry, late summer here in Cyprus. So up here we don't want to get any wildfires spreading in this part of the island. So all over the place is fire engines dotted around on standby, and lookout huts as well, because it's all very hilly round here, and pine trees all over the place, and it's proper nice forest. It's dense, it's beautiful, and it is typical Cyprus, this beautiful holiday island that people come to. So here, in just a short while, we'll draw the line. They're actually, the stage commander's already drawn like a loose line. This is where we're going to be talking to the drivers. Here, they're going to stop here. The reason why they're stopping here this afternoon, because if they stop 1 metre further forward, we've got a massive tree in the way, and we won't be able to open the door, and Chris the cameraman won't be able to get in, and we won't be able to see the faces of the drivers here. So yeah, that's where everyone's stopping, and well, that's about it. We've got the timing board ready to go. The thing is, when we were recceing the other day, no times on the board at the moment. Everyone's smiling. See, everyone's ready with a pen, ready, good to go. These stop signs here, this one, this was actually here the other day when we were recceing this stage, and these have been stuck in for a few weeks now, just to denote where the end of the stages are. They started building up the stages and putting the furniture in, and the safety tape and all the other bits and pieces. So, and then on the day, this afternoon, the furniture, this stuff is brought out and set up. So this is where the cars are stopping. This is time control. So the cars come out of the stage after the timing beam. They stop here in time control. Time control runs from where this stop board is here, okay, to where out of time control, and it is here where this little round circle and the marking in there. And basically it's a controlled area. When the drivers bring the car into here, they can't be assisted, they can't push the car out of here with help from spectators or so on. Nobody can touch the car really when it's in time control, and this is where we work here. And this denotes the end of the rally stage. And then, basically, beyond the board here, it's the public highway. They go onto the tarmac, and then it's on the road section off to where we need to go. So, hopefully we're live on ERC Radio in a bit, and we're live on Facebook at the moment. Need to just run round. You don't need to follow me for a minute, Chris. I'm coming back because I've put here in a safe spot on the back of this car. It's a Kia. Got the start list. So we've got the start list, who's coming through. So we've got the local Greek driver first in the Hyundai i20 R5. Then we've got Thomas Kirker after that. Rakan Al-Rashid is next up. Abdelaziz Al-Kawari is on his way. Paolo Nobre, Emilio Fernandez, and Nicolas Mayenhoff, Lukas Habai, Mikko Hirvonen, Chris Ingram, and then Simos, who won here last year, Norbert Herzig, Alexei Lukanuk, Nasser Alatia, who's leading at the moment. And right, we're good to go. So that's the start list. I just left it on the back of that car there before, just in case people need to have a look at it as well. Then we're on to Nicosia later on, but this stage is live now, so it's the big one. He looks at the list. It's 23.23 kilometres in length, and we're good to go. As I say, there's no real dramas. I've been listening into ERC Radio from the previous stage. Julian was up there at the end of that one. No real great shakes. Rakan, who had the problem with his throttle pedal that we saw earlier on today, he had a problem with the throttle pedal not returning and bouncing back up, so they used a bungee cord off the door of the car to be able to pull the throttle cable back up. That's all been fixed in service. Nicolas Mayenhoff, he had a car that was lit up like a Christmas tree, so he had all sorts of warning lights on the dashboard earlier on. That car was reset before going into stage 3. The team have had a look at it during the 30-minute service halt, and everything seemed well with that. So Nicky's back up and running and enjoying himself. But the times as we're on now and running through this long stage of the day today, just to bring you up to speed with the times, which you've probably seen since you've been watching Facebook. But if you're listening to ERC Radio, because we're simulcasting at the moment, Nasser Alatia is leading by 26.6 seconds at the moment over Alexei Lukanuk, who's lying in second. Simos Galateris is in third position, 1 minute 3.4 seconds behind him. Then is quite tight then to Łukasz Habai, who swaps positions with Chris Ingram. Habai is in fourth position at the moment. Ingram drops to fifth. They swapped over in the previous stage. That was stage number 4. Chris just running a little bit cautiously this afternoon. Habai has now, first time on the island, found his rhythm and his pace, and has been able to capitalise on the knowledge from the morning's loop of stages and put his foot down on the first stage after service. So Chris Ingram is in fifth position overall, 2.4 seconds behind Habai, so he might respond and attack in stage number 5. We'll see what happens when he comes through in a short while. Then we have Mikko Hirvonen here for a fun weekend, driving the Fiesta this weekend, which is what he used to drive in the World Championship a few years ago before he retired, and then took on Dakar and so on. So he's not in a world car, he's in an R5 car this weekend, is Mikko. And so we'll talk to Mikko Hirvonen. In 7th position overall is Tibor Erdi as well. Tibor is in 7th overall, 20.2 seconds behind Hirvonen. Albert von Thurn and Taxis, Albert von TNT, he is in 8th position. Abdelaziz Al-Kawari is in 9th overall, 19.1 seconds behind Albert von TNT. And Nicky Mayenhoff is in 10th overall. Right, this is, as we say, and we always talk about this on ERC Radio and, of course, on our Facebook feeds, which were live on YouTube as well, is the calm before the storm. So at the moment we're at the stop line here, talking away, relaxing, and basically filling time until the first car comes to the end of this 23.23 kilometre stage. They'll be stopping here. At the moment, we've got nothing really going on here. We've got buckets of water just behind the tree here. I'm not sure whether we can just see that. So we've got all the volunteers who work here to run Cyprus Rally. We've got buckets of water. Did have ice cubes in there earlier on today. Cold water's passed to the drivers at the end of the stage to cool them down. And because it's so super hot you know, you've got the balaclava on, you've got the Nomex underwear on underneath your race suit, gloves, socks, boots, the whole smash, and it's really warm, and the heat of the car as well. The heat soak coming off these at the end of the stage is quite a lot. So at the moment, I'm not actually sweating, but I guarantee when we get into the heat of battle in a moment, when we get the first cars coming here, we'll start to get into that sauna effect. Right, the Oscaro arch is up. That's good. We've had the zero car through. The banners are all up. It's great how we dress the end of the stages as well. Just yeah, stick a couple of stakes in the ground, put the banners in, and the Oscaro arch is up as well. So it just looks like a proper rally stage as well. And what's fantastic about the ERC is it's so accessible. That people can come here to the end of the stage. On the island events, it's quite quiet for spectators, you know, so Cyprus is notoriously quite a quiet rally in terms of spectators, but they are out in the stages, and people can come to the end of the stage here, not exactly hang around in our area, but can just walk up and have a look and watch the cars coming through as well. But at the moment, I've got no information coming through. The stage is well and truly underway and ready to rock and roll. The other thing as well, which is something else just to talk about for a minute, is on the trees you'll see the road closure orders that are put in by the local councils, the local authorities. The organisers work with the authorities in each area to close the road off. So today, the 28th of the 9th, this road here is closed from 7:30 in the morning till 5 o'clock tonight, when it reopens again to the public and becomes another public highway. But at the moment it is stage number 5. This one, it's stage 5 of round 7 of the championship. It is the last time we're on gravel this year in the 2019 season, and it is of course Cyprus. It's notoriously tough, it's rocky, it's rough, it's tough. There are sections of tarmac in these stages this weekend, but the rocks, they can be so punishing on the cars. You know, if you look at some of these things that are just sitting around, I mean, these are not so bad because they're not so big, and the Pirellis and the Michelins, you know, they can take in an impact of these, but it's the bigger ones you've got to worry about that will cause damage to the cars, that will maybe break the seal or crack the wheel rim and let air out of the tyre. And as a result, then the tyre fails because it's not doing its job. It hasn't got the air inside it. First car is about to come now because everyone behind us has sprung into life, sprung into action. So we've got everyone ready with the waters. We can hear the cars coming. So this is the first one coming as we go from the calm, as I was saying a moment ago, to the storm. Thomas Kirker is here. So we weren't expecting Thomas to be the first car on the road. Thomas is in. Let's just see if we can have a couple of words with Thomas. We'll try. Let's see. Thomas, just some words in Czech. How was the stage? How did it go for you? Was it good?
Super. Jako podstatně líp než ten první průjezd. Jo, to znamená, já si myslím, že pořád dopředu, pořád zrychlujeme nějakým způsobem záhadným, ale líbí se mi to, bavím se, super, díky.
Okay, thank you, that's good. So that's Thomas in Czech. We'll just whiz round the other side just for a minute, just have a word with his co-driver just before she goes, and let's just whiz around. Sorry, that was for the TV just in Czech, but also how was the experience in the stage just to Facebook?
Okay, so he said that we are enjoying it, we were quicker than the first round. He don't know how, but we are getting faster, so good for us.
That's great, thanks for translation, thank you, that's good. So Thomas there in the Orsak prepared car. First time for him here. So everything was good, everything is super. And no problems. And you see that car joins the highway. So the cars have to be, if you're a first time viewer of our Facebook feeds and of the European Rally Championship, and you're thinking, oh yeah, I mean, I've had guys that I've spoken to in the past that don't understand the sport completely. They're like, well, can they just go as fast as they like on the road? No is the answer. The car has to be completely legal, 100% legal. And there's a policeman hiding just around the corner there. Well, he's not hiding, he's doing his job. And if the car's not right and there's wheels missing off it, and it can't drive on the road, and that's game over for the day for the rally. Time on the board for Thomas Kirker, 21 minutes 33.06 is through. 2-minute gaps today. Next car comes into sight. We know we're counting down all the time in our heads, counting down to when the next car is going to arrive at the end of the stage, and you get that feeling that it's just taking a little bit too long. But we can hear something coming, so we're about right. This should be Rakan Al Rashid. Should be next. We can hear him. Now, a couple of years ago, this stage has been run in different formats over the years. I'm not sure whether you remember the time that it was Kajetan Kajtanovic, Bruno Magalhaes and Mauro Bastanzi. Three cars all slid off this road and went down into the ditch. And they all slipped off, but Ragan is here. Let's pop that behind the wheel. Let's see what he has to say. Car's looking good. Is he going to open his door? I'll pop the door open just so we can get focused up. Rakan, you're smiling. Everything good? You're pushing now after the hard start this morning with the throttle pedal, but you're fighting back this afternoon?
Yeah, I'm trying to get my pace back because we lost a lot of confidence. We're sliding everywhere in the morning with the throttle and issues, so we're still not there, but learning. Very tough rally.
No problems in this stage?
No problems. It's okay.
That's good. Okay, thank you. We'll let you go because Abdelaziz is behind you. So the throttle pedal all sorted out. Everything okay with him? Losing a bit of time. 21 minutes 44 seconds. Abdelaziz is in really quick. Let's just move that out of the way. Marshall Clark in the co-driver's seats for Abdelaziz. Just wait for him to take his gloves off. Abdelaziz, you come to the end of the stage there, quite close. Big fight in there? Were you caught in dust for a bit or anything?
No, I saw his dust in the end, but it did not delay me anything. It's okay. It felt better again. Second stage now in the second loop, but it's too loose. In the end, I felt there's no grip at all, and I was like driving on snow. But it's okay. It's okay. We are happy.
Time's good. Car's good. Good day for you so far. You're enjoying Cyprus?
Yeah. Still one more stage, not finished.
It's only a small stage next. I'll see you later. There you go. That's Abdelaziz Al Kawari on his way. Taking the Czech prepped car out of here and on the way. So 3 times through. Came pretty quick then, didn't they? So 21:33.06 for our first car, 21:44.07. Abdelaziz there, quite quick with a 21:03. Exactly, 21 minutes 03. Exactly. So there we go. We swing round now to the Oscaro Arch, which has been patched up. Earlier on, it was had a little bit of a blowout in it, and definitely not in a good way because it was just knocking all its air out the top of it. But we've got some blue tape on the top of it. It's all sorted out now. So we've got that staked in the ground, and let's see what happens next up. Now we wait for Paulo Nobre, who is next. From Brazil. He was talking to Julian on ERC radio a short time ago. Everything seems okay with it. Says it's a little bit twisty, getting into the groove here in Cyprus now. So let's just move that rock out of the way so he comes into sight. But this is kind of very characteristic of the stages here, the way everything is laid at the end of the stage. They just make these roads almost with bulldozers and graders coming through. You see the ride height in Cyprus. It's jacked up high. It's like Dakar spec almost. But, from the Czech Republic, where we go from the really low cars set like go-karts to this Dakar spec, it's pretty high. Paulo, how was it? All good?
I still alive. The only thing I can do, I still alive.
Yeah.
My God, it's too twisty and slippery. Ooh, very hot inside of the car. Wow. It was not easy to finish.
Not easy to finish it. Hot inside the car. He's got the water already. Thanks very much. That's Paolo. So he's got the water bottle already, so he can drink that on the road section now. So they've got to regroup before the Nicosia street stage, but he's still here. So the Brazilian rally capital is on his way. Little bit of gravel rash at the back of the car, just where the bumpers pulled out, just from hitting the rocks in the road, and off he goes on the road section to Nicosia next, where we're going to the street stage that we've used before, that goes through the streets of Nicosia. It goes into the UN buffer zone and onto the other side of the island, and then back crosses again. It's an amazing, amazing stage. We'll go down there later on. We're not live there on Facebook later. Oops, next one in, our Chilean driver, Emilio Fernandez. Emilio, hello. Emilio, just to sum up, like your first day here in Cyprus, coming here on the ERC, what's it been like for you today?
Yeah, very nice, very nice. I enjoy it too much. It's a difficult rally, a difficult day, but it's okay, it's okay. We came here for this.
And what was this last stage like for you? Was it good fun? Did it go according to plan? You had this one earlier on today. Did you improve this second pass?
Yeah, the first one I improved a lot. Maybe this one too, I don't know. But I feel very good in this stage.
That's good. Well, super. All right, see you later on. Thank you. So everything improved. Look at the Michelin tyres. If we can just have a look at those, they're really hard compounds. So even with the heat coming off, ooh, that's warm. The heat coming off them, just see on the outer edges, just getting pounded by the rocks here in Cyprus. But Emilio is on his way with a 21:02.7. 21:02.7. Good time for him. He's happy with that. Nicholas Meyerhoff is next, or Nicky as we like to call him. He's next up, and he will be coming down towards the end of the stage in a moment. Hopefully, fingers crossed, that the car this time isn't lit up like a Christmas tree, like he said it was this morning when he came to the end of this stage. But a little bit of a Alt Control Delete, and we are there. So I'll just swing round, and hopefully, as we just looked at this last corner, obviously the timing beam is a few hundred meters up the road, so it gives the cars the opportunity to slow down after slicing the timing beam to come down here to the end of the stage quite safely. So here we go. Actually, swing round. He's just coming into sight just now. As soon as Chris swings away, here he comes into sight. We can hear him. The end of the stage is kind of just up in there. We go. Right, there's Meyerhoff. Look at that, doesn't that? That's that. If I was a photographer, I need to get the camera out and take some pictures of Nicky coming out around the corner. Here he is, Pirelli tyres. Little bit of battle damage at the back. Oops. Shaking his head. Nicky, what's happened? You come to the end of the stage, you're shaking your head. Is the dashboard lit up again?
Again, no power. We had to go down on the ALS to save the engine properly. And 3 times power steering completely off. We had to stop, reset, stop, reset, stop, reset. Then again the brake was gone. There's some problem in the rear. I don't know, it's a tough fight.
Was this the same problem you had on this stage this morning?
Exactly. Yeah, we couldn't solve it that quickly because it was not possible for the engineers. And but I'm sure they will fight over the evening to get it done. But it's tough. This one is a tough one.
Is the car taking a lot of impacts and a lot of hits?
Yeah, it's known for the hard impact that the power steering goes off. But you lose confidence because it can happen anytime, and it's just not steerable anymore. And it happened at the beginning, I think 3-4 times. So we had to reset, but yeah, that's it. But we're safely through, and we're here for tomorrow.
Okay, that's good.
In Rome.
Right. Thanks very much. We do that. Yeah, see you later. Oh, car's here. Abai's here. Then we'll let you go. See you. As Nicky Meyerhoff on his way. So the car taking some pounding and getting some sort of electrical gremlin problem in there. Abai's in. Oops. Łukasz, end of the big stage, end of the long one. Good battle with you and Chris Ingram this afternoon. You're responding, he's fighting. Yeah.
Yeah, I think on the first loop, our road position was really bad and still very slippery. But now I cannot say we are pushing or anything because it's. I really don't know how these cars, survive this. So the car and tires, they are just great. So massive respect to the team and to the tire manufacturer Pirelli, because it's honestly unbelievable how tough it is. I mean, it's so hard, of course, for us as well. But yeah, we had a clean run, of course, few hits and very difficult. But we're here, so already feeling like a winner.
Are you backing off with the car because you think the bits are going to fall off the car because you're... Oh, hold on. Yeah, are you backing off because you think the car is actually going to break because the stage is so tough?
Well, you feel what is the car's limit, so at least I am just trying to go through, and you feel on the other side you don't know, because again, with this car I have never done stages like this, and well, so far so good.
Okay, thank you. Hey, good luck. There you go. That's Habai. So yeah, he's saying all credit to the cars, all credit to them that they're they're so super strong and super tough, and they're just taking an absolute pounding in this countryside. Let's swing round. Mikko Hirvonen, a little bit of damage from Mikko just on the bottom right of his car as he comes in. Nothing major. Let's see what Mikko has to say. Just pop the door open for Mikko, or he does it. Mikko, the other drivers are saying that Cyprus is tough. You've been in Cyprus before. Is this one of the toughest stages you've driven here on the island?
Yeah, well, I think I've done it before as well. But it's like this one is really, really twisty, and then the tarmac section in the middle, it doesn't make it any easier for the tires or for the brakes either. But we had a good run. I was quite happy with that, and smoothly through the stage, and so far no punctures or anything. So we are quite happy with that.
Is the car holding together? Is it rattling a lot? Or...
No, it's a Ford. It's strong.
Oh, on brand, on message. Well done. Well done. Ford, strong, built strong. Right. Thanks, Mikko. See you later on. So, yeah, the doors on these things. Sorry. Hitting his car. We always talked about it on the ERC radio and so on. The doors on the Ford Fiestas, they're almost, they just feel solid. They're really heavy. And sometimes some of the older R5 Fiestas that we have in the championship, really tough to close the doors sometimes, and you have to give them a good old kick and then to open as well. I think because the door seals around them to stop the dust coming in is really, really tight. The Skodas, I'll show this one to you next as the Skoda comes in of Chris Ingram. When you open it, Ingram's coming in quite slowly to the end of the stage. But when you open it, it's the engineering on the Skoda doors are really, really light. The door feels fantastic. Sorry, I walked right across your shot then, that's not rude. Names of everyone on the side of Ingram's car. Okay. Habai with a 25 exactly, 20 minutes 25 exactly. See what Ingram has to say. I'll open his door. You see how smooth that is? Oops. It's so light. Chris, I'm waiting for your time to go on the board. Losing a position to Łukasz on the previous stage. I want to see how you got on in there. How was it? We're both looking at the board.
We've taken it back.
Good lad.
Yeah, it was good fun. Very physically demanding stage, so slow, twisty, really hard on the drivers, but I enjoyed it.
Was the car feeling okay? Łukasz said he was really surprised at how the car was still in one piece at the end of the stage because it was so rough. Did you back off because you thought bits were going to fall off the car?
Yeah, I've been very, very careful all day. We're a little bit quicker in there over the bumps, and the car survived, so perhaps I've just been way too cautious, way too kind on the car this morning, but it's okay.
Today, if you could sum it up, all 5 stages, pleased with your performance today?
Yeah, pleased. A long way to go.
Tomorrow, what happens?
Big attack.
Even faster than Lukyanuk?
Yeah, definitely.
Good luck. Don't put it into the weeds, though. See you later, Chris Ingram. So off he goes. Taking it back. Ingram, good time. If you look at the time there, if we just cross over. So car number 1 leading the championship, Chris Ingram, 20 minutes 18.06 through the stage. Łukasz Habaj, car number 3, 20 minutes 25 exactly. So swapping back with Ingram. Simos, who won this rally last year, is in. He comes to the end of the stage in a cloud of dust, just stopping just a little bit further forward than we thought he was going to. But this is Simos. Tyres. Let's just have a quick look when he goes off, Chris. We'll have a look at his tyres, the back tyres. You've got one spare with you, and that back tyre is like a racing slick. How was it? Was it a bit lively in the rear in that stage?
You can say that again. Yes, it was. We ran out of tyres, as you see, as you saw. But okay, I don't know how's the time.
Let's see if we go on the board.
Okay, it's expected. Yeah. Without tyres, yes, we are happy.
Are you quite happy having one spare with you, not two?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Listen, we're going to have a look at your. Let's work. See you. Thank you. We'll just have a look at his tyres on the way out. But look at this rear tyre. There's absolutely nothing on it. And he's taken one spare with him in the boot today. I mean, that's a brave move. That is a brave move on these notoriously tough stages where just one big rock in the road will pop that beading and let the air out of the tyre and it starts to fail. But Simos with 20 minutes 27.09. 20 minutes 27.09. I said it was dry. I said it was cool up here in the hills, and I said the heat soak from the cars would cause me to sweat, and yes, exactly right, it's done that. Either that, or it's because I'm actually having to do some work and moving around. Probably the latter, I would say. Right, so that's Simos through. Next up after that, we've had Simos. We've got Norbert Herzig on his way. Next up, see what Norby has to say. Obviously, Norby just starting the rally. Unfortunately, with a penalty, a 2-minute penalty incurred as a result of a pre-event infringement where his cameraman from his team was actually trying to find a camera position that they were in the stages when they shouldn't have been. Trying to find a camera shot to make some videos for Norby. Norby, how is it? All good?
It was very, very difficult stage for us because before the stage we got a slow puncture, and therefore our tire strategy went wrong. This is the first, and the second problem that our cooler, the water cooler, the water a little bit came out, and therefore I tried check in every time the car, but we are here and I am really happy.
Okay, that's good. Okay, thanks very much. Cheers. That's Norbert Herzig. So if we just have a quick look at Norby's tyres, his tyre strategy out. These are the Michelins. Just have a look at the Michelin tyres, and they're not so bad. Quite a hard compound, and that is Norby's saying his tyre strategy went out as a result of getting a puncture, but that's lucky for him, carrying 2 spares with him this afternoon. Herzig's time, 20 minutes 38.07. Look at the suspension travel on these cars. They come to the stop line. This is now Łukasz Habaj. Let's have a... No, not Łukasz Habaj, Alexei Lukanuk. What am I talking about? We had Łukasz Habaj earlier on. You see the dust on the side of the car again, where he's been pushing. He's just having a quick drink of the water, and just having a. There we go. Get the door open. Alexei, just waiting for your time. Time goes on the board. You break the 20-minute mark, Alexei. All good?
Yes, but there are so many bumps, my neck is aching now.
The Łukasz Habaj, Chris Ingram, they were saying that the cars, the Skodas, were, they were so surprised that the car was I can't even speak today, it's the sun. But anyway, the car's strong then, yes, no bits have fallen off it, that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, we're trying not to load it too much, not to exceed any limits. Besides, we don't know these limits. Actually, it can happen anytime. So, just taking care.
So far, so good. Good time as well.
Yeah, it's okay.
And what about Nasser though? I mean, what about you and him? Obviously, he's here to one shot, come to win the rally. You've got the championship. I mean, yeah, you're happy with your position?
Not really. I'd like to fight with him, of course, but we are really on a safe strategy. So we decided not to go in this fight. So, okay, it's easy for him, but for us, it's more important to focus on different things.
What about the British guy, the young Chris Ingram guy? What do you think of him?
I don't know. Looking to the time board, he might be a bit quicker.
Okay, good luck.
Yeah.
See you later. See you at the last one. There he goes. Here's Nasser. So that's Lukyanuk. That's Lukyanuk through. This is Nasser in. Just say Nasser with a one-hit kind of wonder here. Comes to Cyprus each year. Comes to have a go as part of the Middle East Championship. A lot of dust, like a lot of dust in the rear left rim. We'll have a look. Nasser, okay, so Lukyanuk's fastest so far, but I get a feeling when that time goes on the board, you'll be fastest.
No, I think we are slower 2 seconds. Yes, but okay, the road is completely destroyed, you know, really very, very hard, big rocks, you know. But okay, we are quite happy, you know, to finish the tough stage, and today still we have one small stage, but okay, the performance is really good.
But to sum up your day overall, you know, so far so good. You've got one street stage, but you're pleased you come to the island, you come and have fun, and you're leading the rally so far at the end of the day.
Yes, actually, we enjoy a lot when we came here in this island, you know, Cyprus, and it's our favorite rally, you know. We try to win.
Okay, good luck. Thanks very much. Oh yeah, you're slower. Hey, Lukyanuk wins. Right. So, Nasser doesn't wrap up every stage win today. He's not the fastest all the way. You see Nasser joining the road traffic. Slower. 1955.3. 1955.3 for Alexei Lukyanuk. 1958.01. So, there we have it. That is Nasser not as fast as the Russian rocket in the big stage of the day, the tough one. Whew. Amazing stuff. It's great to see a level-headed Alexei Lukyanuk as well. He doesn't know the limits of the Citroen here. He doesn't know how strong it is because he hasn't driven it here before. So he knows what it's all about in the Fiesta that Mikko Hirvonen's driving this weekend. He knows how solid the Fiesta is. As Mikko Hirvonen was saying, it's a solid car. It's a Ford. But as for Lukyanuk, switching to the new equipment this year, switching from the Ford that he's so regularly driven for so many years to the Citroen this year. It's been a learning curve for him, and it's been a tough season as well. There's been some highs and there's been some lows, and you know, the first low started in the Azores when he rolled out on the last stage of the rally due to just having a nick in the brake pipe and rolling out of the road on the start of the Tronqueira stage. Then in the Canary Islands on Saturday morning, that all went wrong when he clipped a wall. Just a little rock and pulled the suspension and broke that. But there have been some highs, and he has been leading the championship up until Barham, Czech Republic, when Chris Ingram took over. Right, just need to put a rock under the wheel of Albert von Thurnen-Taxis. Hey Albert, you're always smiling at the end of the stage, which is always great to see you, but the guys are just saying that this is so tough. It's like Dakar racing.
It's really tough. It's really tough. I have to say that, yeah, I have to say, I hope the time is okay. I've lost my voice from all the dust that I've been eating, because from the roll we have some opens of the car. But what a incredible stage! Really, really incredible. You have to be smart because there's so little grip. The first stage eats the tires. And then you're literally on a really tough gravel stage, really twisty, and with the precipice coming down, but you have no grip, you have no more tires left. And it's over 20 kilometers, so...
Made it. You sound emotional, you sound like you're going to cry because of the voice.
It's just the voice. But I'm very happy because we're improving the times. And you know, this for us is the most important thing. We could be constantly improving.
Next year, European champion, Albert.
It's wait a couple of years. Watch this space, though.
Okay, European champion. Oh, nice one. See you later, mate. That's Albert von TNT. Couple of years, he says. Waits until he's but he's okay. Taking the car onto the road. Improving times, though, he says. 20 minutes 46.06. So he's getting in there. You know, we talked about this earlier on today on the radio. You know, it's best of the best, or he's what's the phrase? I've forgotten it now. He's best of the rest. That's the one. Best of the rest. Sorry, I shouldn't point. That's very rude. Best of the rest. So you've got locked horns at the top. You've got the Russian rocket, and then you've got Alexei Lukyanuk is the Russian rocket, and you've got Nasser Al-Attiyah, who was also there. And they're kind of in their own ballpark at the moment. They're just shooting hoops, I think, on their own. And then you've got the best of the rest, who are also very good and very fast, but just one notch below these two at the top, Nasser and Alexei Lukyanuk. So yeah, incredible stuff. So that was Albert von Thurn and Taxis, the Bavarian Prince is on his way. Tibor Erdi is next up. Tibor Erdi Jr. is on his way towards us. So Tibor having problems, as we were talking about earlier on, with the issue with the car yesterday and in the qualifying stage. So he's kind of been a bit off pace, and we've missed him for the past couple of rallies as well. He bought the car at the end of last year. His first run in it was in Rally Liepaja last year in Latvia, last round of the season, because he'd wrapped up ERC2. Because he'd been here on the island before driving the Mitsubishi in ERC2. He became champion last year in the ERC2 class, and then bought the Skoda Fabia R5, which is his car. He owns it. And we've seen him at various rallies this year. We saw him in Latvia last year when he debuted it to us. And some events, I can't think which event it was. One of them he stopped and he didn't continue the rally because he wasn't happy with it and he didn't want to crash it. So far, he hasn't crashed that car, so it still is almost box fresh and looks pretty good. But this gap is quite big now, so we're waiting for. I'm okay, thanks, sir. I'm just being offered a bottle of water. We could do this. Take a bottle of water. Daniel's here with the. Look at this, bottles of water being delivered. Look at that. Thank you. Cheers. Cheers. Salut.
Thanks to the organization because that's very thanks to the organization for the fresh water.
Fresh water, yeah. Avec boule, no boule. Yeah. without gas, apparently.
Good driver, like.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, nice. Fresh water. Cypriot water. Need to get some of this. There we are. Right. There we are. Daniel, what is he doing? Right, okay. Right, no news is not good news. So, right, we need to get back to the programme for a minute. Very rude. Waiting for Tibor. I'm trying to find out where Tibor is. Everyone's handing me water and not actually giving me any information as to where Tibor Erdi Jr. is, because he should be here. So I've just got some messages coming in, maybe from our producers somewhere. Possibly. Anyone? Nobody's helping me. Need some information if we've got some of Tibor. Is this him? Well, we've got a car coming now anyway. No. It's not Tibor. Okay. Pantelli is here next, one of the local Cypriots. That's in ERC2. Tibor's behind him. We'll go with Tibor first. Pantelli's had a problem, so we'll find out what's up with Tibor, because that's the story. Pantelli, I think, is out of order. Tibor's just having a drink. Tibor behind Pantelli coming in there. What happened?
We have a puncture. We stop and change. That's the life.
Yeah. So you had the puncture?
Yes.
Okay, slow puncture. Thanks, Tibor. So that's why he's out of order. So Tibor picking up a slow puncture. So had to stop and change the tyre in the stage. So we'll just have a quick look. Rear bumper off. So, puncture for Erdi in the stage, so he had to stop and change. So Pantelli is on his way. That's one of the first of our ERC2 drivers. Tibor Erdi is through, so as he says, that's life. And he's, I'm over here. I'm over here. There you go. Sorry, I'd run off. I'm back. But Tibor's car still looks box fresh. It still looks good. Apart from the bumpers at each corner that need sorting out, it still looks good. Lost the rear bumper, of course, that you were just looking at the minute. So losing time, 24 minutes 07.4. 24 minutes 07.4. So that is Tibor through. And I guess as Tibor pulls out of here at the end of the stage, and as Daniel disconnects the Oscaro arch and removing of the banners at the end of the stage, that is pretty much our coverage done from our Facebook coverage and also on YouTube here at the end of this stage. What a stage it was. Everyone was saying how tough and rough and bumpy it was here. That is done. We've got all our ERC junior drivers coming through here shortly, and the rest of our ERC2 competitors coming through. But after 5 stages here in Cyprus, Nasser Al-Attiyah is still out on top by 23.8 seconds over Alexei Lukyanuk, who's lying in second. Simos Galateris is lying in third position at the moment. The changes in the last stage, Chris Ingram and Lukasz Habaj swap positions. Ingram up to fourth now. Ingram 31.2 seconds behind Simos, and then we've got Lukasz Habaj is in fifth, 4 seconds behind Ingram at the moment. So those swapping around. Miko Herven is in sixth. Albert von Thurnen-Taxis moves up to seventh. Norbert Herzig up to 10th position overall, swapping with Nicky Meyer-Meyerhoff because of having that problem with the car in this stage. So we've got Emilio Fernandez is in 9th. Abdulaziz Al-Khawari is in 8th overall. Everybody all moves up a position as a result of Meyerhoff having problems in this stage. So that is us done and dusted this afternoon from the live of this stage, from the end of stage number 5. Hope you've enjoyed yourself. Tomorrow we're back live on Facebook, of course. We'll bring you all the rally reaction on ERC Radio, and tonight don't forget to watch the highlights on Eurosport. Check your listings in your local country, and keep up to date with the ERC app. From me at the end of the stop line here, Chris, who's been holding the camera, and of course everybody flying the helicopter and people in the office putting it together, we'll catch you tomorrow.